guys, it's Jessie V. So today I'm going to be reading some more of the stories that you guys sent in to me. These stories are completely true and also completely creepy, if I'm gonna be honest. As you guys know, usually I like to pick a theme when I'm doing subscriber stories, and today's theme is dolls. You know how I feel about dolls. So I'm going to read 3 as usual. So hopefully you're not watching this at like 3 a.m. because I feel a little bad for you. Okay, so the first story is from Holly. It's not super long, but it is super scary. So it says, we were passed down a doll from generation to generation, and that doll was old and most of its hair had fallen out. I don't know about you guys, but if a doll was being passed down from generation to generation in my family, and when finally it got to me and had no hair, I would probably politely decline. It says, my sister loved playing with this doll and ended up pulling the doll apart. I would always see this doll's body parts in toy boxes, and so we ended up throwing the doll's head into our garage and onto a very high shelf. Okay. I regularly checked to see if this doll was where I put it. Most people don't believe me when I say that I would always put the doll's face towards the wall. My friends and I would gather in the garage to see the doll's face facing us. To this very day, the doll's head is still in our garage and gives me the creeps. That is terrifying. So to know that you actually turn the doll's head towards the wall and every single day it's the other way, I mean, unless it's someone messing with you, that is pretty freaky. It's like that haunted statue I had in my room that like every day it would like fall off the shelf. That was not good. By the way, I realize I say like a lot. I apologize. Okay, this next story is called My Realistic Baby Doll. Before I read this story, I just want to say that this completely reminds me of my sister and I's childhood because we both had these realistic baby dolls, like the ones that they make specifically to look like a legit child. Like every detail's there, the eyes look real, like it looked so real. And we both had these dolls and we dressed them every day and like pretend to feed them. We even had like real baby strollers for them, which we'd take on walks and stuff around our neighborhood. We were very strange. But I ended up giving my realistic baby doll away in a garage sale because when I got older, having that doll in my room just gave me bad vibes. Okay, so let's read this. It is from Little Lizard Baby. So they just had a username here. This is going to sound weird, but I have an antique doll obsession. I mean, that's not weird. Like a lot of people have antique doll collections. Like immediately when I read this, I thought of Bunny or Graveyard Girl. She has like tons of really old dolls in her house, which like I think is kind of cool, but scary. So a few Christmases ago, I got a realistic baby doll for my anxiety. Holding a baby tends to calm me down, but after a while of having her, weird things would happen. I had a cradle I would put her in, and sometimes I would look down at her cradle at night and see her chest rise and fall like it was breathing. At first, this seemed like it was an illusion because it was dark, but then it started happening every night. So I have a canopy bed, and one night I woke up at 2 a.m. For some reason, I could hear raspy breathing as if someone was gasping for air under my bed. Can we like stop reading this right here? Then movement and then silence. Because I'm a chicken, I wasn't going to check what was going on. I wouldn't either, to be honest. The next morning, the doll isn't in her cradle, but on the floor under my bed. I'm not going to get rid of her though because she was expensive for my parents to buy, but I keep her in a closet from now on. I would too. And she actually included a picture of the doll, which I will put right here. And my goodness, you can't even see the pupils of her eyes. It almost looks like she has no eyeballs there at all. Unless it's just the screen of my computer, but like it looks like just these massive black holes on her face. I mean, it's kind of cute though, but like really scary. Honestly though, guys, if you send me a scary story and you can include a picture of what you're talking about, like points to you, because I love just seeing pictures along with stories. So thank you for sending that along. I guess it's good she's in your closet now, and hopefully nothing like that ever happens again because I imagine it could be very scary. Okay, and the last story is from Anne, and her story is called The Doll. So it says, I had a doll when I was very little. She was fully plastic and quite small. I was at an age where I had yet to name toys, so for this story she will simply be the doll. According to my mom, I thought this doll was alive and loved the doll unconditionally. But due to this story's events, I can't remember ever loving the doll. I was too scared of her. My mom's husky liked to chew on things, and I was awful at remembering to bring my toys inside. So basically, I forgot the doll outside one day, and predictably, it wasn't looking so good after. So I guess that husky chewed up the doll. Because it seemed like a good idea at the time, my mom bought me an identical doll and pretended that nothing had changed. That's like the the stories of when like a child's fish dies and the mom doesn't want to tell them, so they buy a fish like identical to that one and pretend that like nothing ever happened. I mean, it's a sweet gesture, but like, I'd rather honesty. So I hadn't seen my chewed doll, so all seemed fine. I knew it wasn't the same doll, and I definitely did not have the same relationship with this doll. I remembered thinking, if this is a new doll, it means the old one's nothing to worry about. I was never very attached to the second doll, but everything was alright either way. Probably a year or so later, I found a box. Oh my gosh, I know what's gonna be in this box. The box my mom had put the chewed doll in. I picked it up probably out of shock. Even if I knew the other doll was new, I had still thought this one was gone. I quickly put it back in the box and left the room. At this point, I started to avoid the second doll as the identical features scared me. The dolls scared me. I always played with my other dolls instead. Now we get to bedtime. Uh-oh, bedtime. Most nights I remembered being terrified the doll would come and kill me, especially because I had left it outside. For years I was terrified. On at least one occasion I dreamed of finding the chewed doll outside. As years passed, the doll was slowly forgotten. I was distracted by the new fears. Boxes moved around and life went on. That is so freaky. I really wish you had sent a picture of the chewed doll in this email, but that's okay. I totally believe you. That is so freaky. I think if I ever had a chewed up doll and my mom replaced it and years later I found the chewed up doll in a box, I'd probably have nightmares. I mean, I would hope my mom would throw away something that was chewed up because I mean, it would just scare me. But I also do know that moms love keeping things from your childhood just for like memory purposes. Like maybe she thought it was funny the husky chewed up the doll. I don't really know, but I feel bad that you found that. But thank you for sending this story in. And yeah, that's all the stories I'm gonna read for today. Once again, thank you to everybody that has been sending theirs in. Always make sure it's true and always make sure you have permission to tell it. You can send it to jessiebstories@outlook.com. I literally have like 2,000 to look through at this point, so if I don't read your story right away, please don't be offended. It's just because I have so much to go through. But yeah, as usual, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.